Good morning, pilgrims, on day 11 on the Camino Francés in reverse. It's almost 8:30 and I'm still at the Albergue. How come? Well, today we have a 15-kilometer day. We're going to be climbing, and the halfway point is at Molinaseca, where I plan to have a lunch, so I need to get there sometime around noon. Now, yesterday here at the Albergue, of course, it was only 4 pilgrims, and I managed to get a bottom bunk bed because why stay up here? The British guy, the guy from London, left like at 3 in the morning. He's doing today from here to. Where is he going? Where is he going? He's just doing some crazy stages. I think he's going to Puerto Marin, which is, you know. And then on this side, I had the 2 Bolivians that are doing it on bike, and they left this morning around 7:30. Putting all my gear together feels weird to be at an albergue so late, but that's how it goes. It got very cold last night. Thank God that I have my sleeping bag. And now I'm just gonna head out, get some breakfast. I need to get some toothpaste. Don't know if I should get it here or maybe in Astorga. I think I have enough, and I could just keep that weight off of me on that 600, 700 meter climb that I have to do over 6 or 7 kilometers. So about 100 meters per kilometer. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be rough terrains as well. So it's better than doing the whole climb in one day. I decided to cut it in half, take my time. Then tomorrow I get to go over Cruz de Fierro and come down to Arrebanal. And then the day after that is gonna be a nice descent into Astorga. So let me get all my gear together and head out so we can get today started. It is 9 o'clock already, and after putting on my shoes on a very desolate albergue, I went to the first bar that was open, and I had my breakfast, the café con leche with a napolitana, and it is time to head out, man. It's 9 o'clock already. I gotta go. I gotta climb. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, yesterday something interesting happened. I got 4 stamps on my credencial. I usually only get 1 since I don't have to do the whole minimum of 2 per day. So that shows you that I really like the stage. I went to the albergue, picked up my credencial, and I went to the Knights Templars Castle to get it because, of course, I have gotten it every single time that I pass through, so I couldn't miss that. Now, what do we have here but the start of the Camino Invierno? This is an alternative route that leaves Ponferrada, bypasses the whole stretch from Sarria to Santiago. So if you don't like the crowds, you can do this one, and it connects with the Camino San Andres like, like a couple of days before making it to Santiago. If by the time you see this video, I have already walked it, I'll leave the link up here and in the description down below. And if I haven't done it yet, don't dare me, because I will do it. Okay, let's start the walk to Molinaseca, which is about 8 kilometers away. This series is sponsored by Rejuvenate Advanced Vitality Cream. Moisturize your skin. Gentle, no irritants. Rejuvenate, where nature meets science. Just leaving the suburbs behind, and this is just an observation. There's no judgment on this part, but since I've been here in Spain over the last 7 years already, coming back and doing many caminos, I have noticed that the immigrant population has exploded, at least on the Camino. I've seen so many people from South America, Colombians, Peruvians, Bolivians, working on the Camino. On my first Camino in 2017, I would go to the bars or the albergues, and it used to be like mom, pop, and daughter. Now it's just pop and a few migrants. That's how it goes. Like I said, no judgments, you know.
I'm an immigrant myself, so it's just an observation. Now I know I keep showing you guys pictures of those mountain tops covered with snow, and no, I'm not heading in that direction. No, sir. I'm going another route, but it's just that the mountains are calling me. You know, before I used to do caminos, I used to hike and climb mountains. You know, I started doing the 7 summits. I've only made it to 3 of them because then they started to get very, very expensive. So I done Kilimanjaro like at 19,000 feet, Elbrus in Russia at 18,000, and Aconcagua in Argentina at 23,000. I did that one twice, and I'm dying to head back and do another tall mountain. That's kind of why I did the Annapurna and Everest Base Camp treks, just to get close to them. And the Tour de Mont Blanc as well. I need to put on my mask already, my hat, because the sun is already coming out and it's kicking hard. And yesterday I kind of got burned. Not from the direct sunlight, but I think from the bouncing light, because I have the umbrella the majority of the time. But when I got to the Albergue, I was just red. But that's how it goes. Let's bring it out. So it is 10:45 and I made it to Molinaseca. The first 7.5 kilometers are down. I think I'm at the halfway point. And I've been seeing all the pilgrims pass me by. These are probably the people that started either here or in the town where I'm heading, in El Asebo. I doubted that this early in the morning are the ones that started in Ponferrada, but I could be mistaken. Here's the 4th Camino or Chicoco marker that I see along the way. Is it 4th? Let's do a recount. We got one in Arzúa, we got one in Palas del Rey, Sarria, and now here. That's pretty cool. And we got this standing gentleman here in this water fountain, Santiago himself. Let's head over to the bridge where there's a bar right there with a great view. Have a little bit of a snack, eat as much as I can before I tackle the climb. There's a saying out here, eat often and eat as early as you can. Let's put it to the test. Now that's better. Eggs with bacons and beans, orange juice and café con leche. I feel like I'm gonna be floating all my way to the top. That was my brunch or lunch, because I'm not gonna get anything until I make it to El Acebo, and that's fine. The climb is gonna start now. There's no two ways about it. We're gonna go up we either follow the Camino or we follow the road. Either way, we're gonna get to the same place. I'm gonna try to stick to the Camino as much as I can, but I know there are sections that are really rough. We'll see. We'll take it as it comes. Ah, man. The bridge is being renovated, and I noticed that a lot of things are being renovated. Is it because it's the start of the season, or they're just doing like a clean pass all around? Very nice. Nice to see that. At least things are not deteriorating. All right. Man, I remember last May I was sitting on the other side of the bridge by the same cafe where I had my breakfast this morning, or my brunch, or my lunch. And I was sitting there with Sherry, and there was like one of those water canals that right now is dry, and we were dipping our feet in there. It was hot, kind of like right now. And I wanted to do a repeat of that, but of course, it was dry. What can I say? Goodbye, Molinaseca. Guess I'll see you on the next Camino. All right, let's go. Let's start climbing. What time is it? 11:30. All right, I think I'm gonna make it there. Let's see, probably by 2, maybe 3 tops. All right, it is 12:42, and I'm almost at the first town on the climb, the first of 2, which is Arriego de Ambros. And it's been as expected, super rocky, rough, what can I say? But now we have entered this little patch of forest, which I've always remembered, that is so nice and pristine. And then of course we have now a little bit of a stretch going up through some rocky terrain to make it to town, a town that doesn't have any support other than a water fountain, which I can't wait to get there and hit. We got a stream, a few of those. If I had my water filter, I could drink from here, but I don't have it anymore. Hitting the bubble in this section for sure. go, man. 154. Made it to El Asebo, and this is the albergue where I'm gonna be staying at. It looks massive, and it has all the flags that you can think of, at least representing all the people that do this Camino. And it is 155. I did 16.3 kilometers. Let me take this off. Yeah, so you can see my face. 16.3, elevation gain 788 meters. Wow. Man, that was a good one. That was a good one. It's much easier on the way down, at least for me. I can actually see where the Cruz de Fierro is because I recognize the communication towers, and then there are two little, cuts in the mountain. I think the second one to the right, that's where the road goes through. That's the pass, and that's where the cross is, and that's what we're gonna be reaching out tomorrow. This is El Acebo. This is the albergue. Let's check in and have an Aquarius or something. Half of the climb is now behind me. That's good. It was a good idea to cut it in half for sure. This is a great albergue. Oh my God, what can I say? I got a bottom bunk bed, thank God. There's only two of us in the room. And I took a shower. I was just there sitting for a while, you know how it goes, just letting it all soak in. And then I went to get a beer. I got a large one, and they gave me some nuts, and I sat down and enjoyed the view. This albergue has to be one of the ones with the best views by far. I mean, the one in Acebrado is nice, but this one also, you can see Ponferrada down below, and with the help of my Google Maps and my coordinates, I could figure out where Villafranca is, and even Acebrado. I think this was in the background when I was on Acebrado looking this way, so that's pretty cool. I'll probably confirm it tonight when the lights turn on, and I use my phone that has a 100x zoom, so I could probably get very close and see if I can see the communication towers that was right next to Acebrado, and then I'll be able to identify it. I'm doing laundry right now by hand, of course, because I asked the front desk and they told me yes, I could do laundry by paying for the service, and it's like €7 for the wash and 3 for every 15 minutes of the drying. So every time I get a chance, I'll do it by hand, which I don't consider it to be 100% clean, but it's better than nothing. And then every few days, then I'll do it at a machine. I'll probably have to do it in Astorga because tomorrow I'll be staying at the municipal albergue in Rebanal del Camino. Then I'll make it to Astorga. I was supposed to take a day off there, but I decided I'm going to continue on, just do small stages, rather than taking a full day off. So I'm not even going to take a day off in León, which I always take a day off in León. And I always take a day off in Burgos, and I'm not planning on doing that now. Cool place, man. I mean, very chill, relaxed atmosphere. I just sat there enjoying the view. And I already paid for tonight's dinner, which I had to pick already from the Menú del Peregrino, where the minute I checked in. I also paid for tomorrow's breakfast, which is going to be buffet style. And the lady told me that I can leave at 11 in the morning. So I'm planning of leaving around 10 just to let the bubble pass me, because I want to be there at the Cruz de Fierro by myself, or at least with only a few pilgrims, and not have a line or a queue of people waiting to take their picture. I know that the people in Fonsebadón are going to be there in an hour tops, so around 8 they'll be there. And then the people from Rebanal should be getting there around 10 or 11, somewhere around that time. So if I could be there around noon or even 1 would be better. Then I'll probably have the place all to myself. And then I'll just do the descent down to Rebanal, where I'm just going to be staying at they have a municipal and a donativo place and a bunch of private ones. I have already stayed there twice. So it's a great town. And I don't think I have to worry about the accommodation so far. I'm not seeing the large crowds I was expecting. Okay, I think the clothes are soaking in already. They've been doing so since I started recording this.
So let me go in, finish it, hang it here, and then go take a little break and enjoy the view some more. Got my little bunker in here. Charging all the electronics, took a little bit of a nap. Got a door here. Not too bad, huh? What a quiet little town. So typical of the region, and I just met a group of Americans. We were going to the church there, just exploring it, went up to the bell tower, even rang the bell just once, and just having a great time walking through the empty streets here. Usually when you're doing this stage, everybody kind of like passes through. They stop at the few albergues that are, or bars that are up there, and just have a quick snack and continue on. But now that everybody has passed by and it's so quiet, it's nice. It's a nice experience, you know. I'm starting to like this idea of staying in between stages just to enjoy the Camino even more. Well, the sun is about to go over the mountains and I'll get a clear shot of Asebo, or at least that is the plan. I just had a dinner with a handful of people that are staying here today, and it was a great meal, communal dinner, all together, just talking. It's only a small group that is staying in this village up here. And we had the menú del día. We started off with some pasta with vegetables, and then the ternera with fries, and closed it with, what was it, strawberries with whipped cream, red wine, and water. My clothes dry. They don't smell 100% clean, but I'll give them another pass tomorrow. Here, we had to do laundry by layers, in a way. You had to do it multiple times before they get to be clean, or use a washer and a dryer, which in the case here is too expensive. Yes, it is. What else? Tomorrow we have a 400-meter climb, 400-meter descent, over 16 kilometers, the whole thing, 10 kilometers from here to Cruz de Fierro. So I'm trying to get there in between the waves. So I'm trying to figure out what I do, if I should leave at 10 in the morning or just leave at 11 and then be there later in the afternoon, so I have time to do what I plan to do. So tomorrow is going to be probably one of my most controversial videos that I have done, and I can't wait to get there. So, Troll Angel, of course, the Troll Angel of the day is Susan G. Thank you once again, Susan, for your support and for helping me figure out what I'm going to do tomorrow. And I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow sometime mid-morning. See you then.